This is serious rationing mode by the Germans. What is the risk now? Is it a sporadic risk or a rising risk of a full cut-off by Putin?
I think it's a rising risk, that's what the German industry is preparing for. Talking to executives kind of behind the scenes, a lot of people just think as soon as we see a cold snap in October or November, Putin's going to cut the gas off and that will be the maximum pain point. And they're all really preparing for that within the next few months.
Do you think that the preparations, I've just read out a list that, you know, Parliament isn't lit at night, there are going to be cold shelters. I mean, it's almost warlike in the imagery that one brings to mind from the 1940s, you know, sheltering where the government tell you to go. Is the country prepared for that? Is Europe prepared for this?
I think German politicians and German municipalities are slowly getting their populations prepared for that kind of thing, and I think you're absolutely right. I think so far it hasn't felt like there's a war on. You see a lot of refugees in German cities and passing through German train stations, but I think this winter people are really going to notice that there's something serious going on, and this will have a real impact on the way people live here.
And in terms of the economy, obviously you have the beasts, the manufacturing beasts, the heartblood, as the world sees it, of industry in Germany. Will the rationing impact Mercedes, impact Porsche, impact Volkswagen, impact Siemens? I mean, these are the beasts of industry, aren't they?
They are indeed. What we're not sure about yet is obviously what scale of rationing there will need to be, because that partly depends on the exact size of the gas shock, but also the weather. And obviously we can't predict what the weather's going to be like in November, December, January, February. Those car companies, quite interestingly, probably aren't on the really on the front line of this thing. It's more like the chemicals and steel and paper. Those are the most gas-intensive industries. But cars could be quite...
Go ahead, Will, finish your thought.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that those kind of famous German brands like Siemens, Porsche, BMW, whatever, they could be hit by supply chain impacts if gas supply to the chemical sector gets cut off. And I think that's the concern, that there could be this unforeseen supply chain effect that could really hit companies and lead to shortages similar to those we've seen with the chip crisis.